Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel. It is Saturday and it's 5 o'clock Eastern, so that means it's time for Star Trek. And with me, so far, are my good friends, the One Ton Hammer.
Hello.
And Irate Prostate.
Good evening, people.
And we are still waiting on Skep Talk,
Who? Oh, yeah.
whose turn it is.
That guy.
Today, because he picked Noonien Singh,
God.
which is an awesome choice. So many things to talk about. You know, we've got a TV show, an episode, and a movie to pick from. To discuss his villainry. But first, let's... I'd like to shout out a new patron before we get going. Deco D, thank you for your pledge, my friend. That's very awesome of you.
Groovy.
So, yes. And How are you two doing while we wait for Monsieur Skep Talk?
Please, Hammer.
Struggling a little bit with my health, but in a good mood, that's for sure.
Well, as long as you're in a good room, that's
good mood, yeah.
Or a good mood, yeah. A good mood is good to be in when you're suffering from bad health. It helps.
How you doing, Irate?
I'm doing all right, man. The BP, I don't know, the thing that happened last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they're not even taking my streaming away. So,
do you know what it was?
You want to hear the exact wording? I can.
That way they could take away this stream too. I'm sorry. Good.
No, it's not the exact wording of what was said. It was a clip I used. It was. Yeah.
You're a naughty boy.
So, which clip was it?
But it wasn't a dirty clip. Now, I wasn't peddling smut.
So it wasn't any fun, is what you're saying?
Like they accused me of last time. Well, it was like I don't know, man. In retrospect, I should have scanned the stuff a little deeper.
Was it the Joe Biden clip?
No, it was this one clip that I got off of Reddit of this kid like talking about this fight he got in, and he's like using arrows and stuff. Apparently, somebody had copywritten it. So, and as soon as it stopped, it was right at that point when that was starting out.
It's a Skep Talk.
Ooh.
Oh, there he is. I'll read you the good parts. It says, impact on your account. This removal.
I cannot hear you.
You can't
type
hear
in
any
private
of us?
chat if you can hear me.
Hold on.
You can't even hear me? Oh my god.
Somebody type in private chat if they could, because I can hear him.
Where's my cursor at? There it is.
Yes, Skep, we hear you.
Where's private chat here? Where is...
Okay, so they removed the video, and they said the removal has not resulted in a community guideline strike or penalty on your account. However, we still encourage you to review all of your content and be sure that it's in line with our community guidelines. In addition to violations could result...
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm getting no audio.
You have no audio?
Audio.
That sucks.
Let's see if I can help him.
I think Windows updated this week too, so that's always awesome.
Click. I can type. This would be a lot easier. CLICK. Click on.
But they cited that it was because of the COVID thing, they're not using as many people, right? And so it was the AI apology.
The same bullshit Scribe got.
Exactly. So it is indeed.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting volume. It's just not coming over I'm getting volume registered. Okay.
Test 1, 2.
Yeah, I told him to click on the sprocket, then click on the audio tab.
All right,
make sure you have
I've
the
got
right
it. I can hear you now.
Yay!
What was
There
it?
you are. It was I had to reformulate the assembly code with the reformulator.
You've been watching too much Vice Grip Garage.
Yep. God.
Grip Garage.
Yeah.
Vice Grips are great tools.
You know, it's one of these things. I just did a big update, and of course, all the drivers break. So I've got to go back and go through and sift through all the stuff that's broken. Notice all the levels are wrong. I have to fix the volume. There we go. You guys are really loud. All right, my ears. All right, now I can hear you at normal level.
Good.
How is everyone? Welcome to the stream. It's all relative.
We're good. Let's quickly say hello to chat before we
There are
carry
people
on.
listening?
Yes.
Hi, Chad. Towels, of course.
Pinkolo's here, Costin's here, and Towels is
I
here.
knew that. Towels. I am sorry I did not thank you last night for the Streamlabs. Thank you now. For some reason, it didn't notify me. So, but it did when Vash did his thing. So I don't know.
Yeah, Streamlabs is weird.
Mm-hmm. It is. Schizo.
So it is Mr. Skep Talk's turn for villainry, and he picked like the best guy to spout poetry in all of Trek, Mr. Noonien Singh. And as I was saying just before you got here, we've got a TV show episode and a movie to pick our villainry from. So why don't you?
I thought it would give us kind of a couple of ways to come at a very interesting guy, and plus a guy with some real acting chops who absolutely hammed it up to the nth degree.
Oh, he did. Ricardo Montalban was great.
he Rich Corinthian leathered this thing to the max.
Oh yeah.
He's nothing without Hervé Villechaize.
Admiral Kirk.
From hell's heart I stab at thee. For hate's sake I spit my last breath at thee. You know.
Yeah, that's from Moby Dick.
I like the old friend one.
Yeah.
My old friend. And then Kirk comes back with the, yes, old friend.
Yeah. I see.
So Shatner.
You know, the testosterone that was going back and forth between it, you know, was just so thick, you know, with absolutely. And in Space Seed, the reaction of that little trollop historian MacGyver's MacGyver's just falling all over herself, you know.
And the way that Khan was able to read her and manipulate her in like 30 seconds flat.
Yeah, I'm going to arrange your hair to a more pleasing style. Just. But
I have to say though, McCoy Bones and Khan in Space Seed was awesome. DeForest Kelly and Ricardo Montalban. He's like, just may I suggest you know, in make an incision just below the carotid artery.
Choke me or cut my throat. You know, make up your mind up.
Yeah. It was just like, and Khan for a TOS villain, because most of the TOS villains are
kind of one-dimensional.
Are very they're you know, this is for the episode and it makes for an interesting episode, but
they're there to do a job.
They're there to Khan was like the only villain in TOS canon that had depth, that had like because most of the villains in TOS were not very like scary. Like you didn't sit there like when you were watching them, you knew that they were bad, right?
Right.
But they didn't
they had a specific characteristic, like Harcourt Fenton Mud,
or
he
Lokai
was,
and Beale,
right, or Landrew, or whoever.
Yeah. And you knew that they would be bested, right? You knew that
you saw what their undoing was about halfway through the show, or sometimes much earlier. So sometimes in the first 5 minutes of the show.
But with Khan, you were like, "Oh shit, this guy is really
formidable,
bad, like truly bad in more ways than one."
Yeah, he's genetically engineered, and he was so nasty they had to get a space ark for him and his buddies and just get them the hell off of Earth and out into space. And one thing I wish that they had a little bit of more of backstory was why
really quick. Dectran brings up something in chat that I didn't know about. Ricardo Montalban, the father of Mortal Kombat Conquest, Pablo Montalban. Oh my god.
Don't chew the core.
This is probably better for after the stream, because I might have I've just been given a psychoactive edible, shall we say?
Okay, this is going to shorten the stream,
or
lengthen, or is it going to apparently lengthen it for you?
I'm probably going to save it for after because it's got a shatter core. Yeah. Hello, Asian hippie. Ceratadamantine.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, we've got some people in here.
Anyway, I wish that they had just a little more backstory on why these guys got arced out into space. I thought that they missed a chance to have an interesting little bit of backstory there. That it's a minor nit at that. That they could have had just a.
Do you think that
30 seconds of talk about that?
Do you think that because TOS has only one two-parter, and that would be Menagerie?
Yes.
Do you think that they could have and maybe should have made Space Seed a two-parter to provide that backstory?
That's funny. I have a sheet of paper here with a couple of notes on it, and one of the things I have written down is two-parter ?
Hammer, I know you don't. You are not much of a two-parter guy. I know a lot of episodes that are two-parters you feel shouldn't be. What do you think? Do you think that Space Seed should have been a two-parter?
No, I think they should have cut out the female love interest for Ricardo Montalban.
You think
I don't
so?
know
Yeah, she really aggravated me.
She was just there because they're trying to sell a little bit of sex in the show. Yes, but her story was completely tossable and should have been.
I have to say, as a female, that really bothered me. Like,
they should have substituted.
Yeah, but
different
one of the other reasons for the second movie. I mean, for the movie, right?
That's true.
Yeah, and they should have had a better a more interesting love interest there. Maybe a conniving, a conniving spy type interest, or a Vulcan turncoat interest or something like that.
One of the people that was genetically enhanced like him should have been his wife.
That's actually a good point.
It made no sense to me that somebody as intelligent.
Why would he fall for an idiot?
Fall for somebody like her. Because to me,
she's so beneath him.
It would be boring.
Intellectually, physically, genetically, everything.
It would be boring to be with her. It
a
would,
pet.
Yeah,
basically.
It would not be attractive. It would not be intellectually stimulating.
They could have taken that out entirely and really done a lot more with the episode.
It's very patriarchal.
Only thing that saved that episode was Rigoletto Montalban himself. He's such a fantastic actor. Even, I mean, for as big of an ego as Shatner has, Shatner even said he was nothing but a pro. He was one of the best actors I've ever worked with. Yeah. That's high praise from Shatner because he doesn't say that about anybody.
No.
Yeah. But anyway, yes, if they had replaced her with a more interesting female with a more interesting story, I think this thing could have been made into a two-parter. Could have been made into, because Ricardo Montalban, his acting ability, he's a fascinating person to watch on screen, and I could have watched a lot more of him than he got, and quite honestly. As much as I like it, the writing in Space Seed was not brilliant all the way through. No. Let's just put it that way.
Botany Bay.
Botany Bay. Okay, we get it. You know.
Yeah, but remember that was 1966.
That's
right?
true.
Yeah, but they just there's one point where they're like three people say Botany Bay in a row, and you just kind of go. You know, okay.
But Chekhov was the one that everyone remembers. Because the way he says it is, Botany Bay.
He's not
and he looks around and he says, Botany Bay. Like,
oh shit.
We got to get out of here.
Oh, Sir Adamantine does bring up a good point. He says there are novels about Khan's origin. That's true. There are
Addie. I didn't know you were a Trekkie, man.
Yeah, Addie, did you just to make a double entendre out yourself?
He tipped his hand.
Badoom.
Yeah, it's Khan, like I said, he is probably one of the only, or if not the only multi-dimensional villain in the original series.
So anyway, getting through with Space Seed. Space Seed was interesting idea. It gets Khan introduced, and that's its chief value. Then you get to the movie, and I'm just gonna tell you, when I saw the Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, it redeemed Star Trek I.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, I saw that movie and I just said, gonna go see it again. I might go see it again today. I just love that movie so much.
And it truly showcases just how bad Khan is. Like, from beginning to end.
Yep.
You're just like, wow, you are an evil motherfucker.
Yep.
Yeah. And it turns into a great submarine movie at some point, too, you know?
Yeah, you mentioned that in the DMs when they're going through the nebula.
Yeah. Isn't that the Mulatto Nebula, right?
I can't.
Well, it's not Mulatto, it's the Mikado. Or
the Mikado. The Mulatto Nebula.
The Mutara Nebula. What the hell's wrong with you people?
We were trying to think of all the puns we could make on the Ricardo, the Lucy and Ricky Ricardo Nebula, the Ricardo Nebula,
the Desilu Nebula.
Yeah, the Desilu Nebula.
Oh my god!
Oh, by the way, just a quick note: the ship, the USS Botany Bay, the model was used later in the Ultimate Computer. It's one of the ships that the Enterprise destroyed.
Yeah. You can recognize it. Yeah.
Anyway, back to the movie.
Yeah. So anyway, there's so much good stuff about that, and when the guy refused, we can't, he doesn't want to follow Kirk into the nebula. The look on Montalban's face when he grabs him by the scruff of the neck, and exactly, and then his voice, it's just pure, unadulterated
And
Trek at its finest.
The freaking the one of the biggest evil things that I think Khan does is that those brain slug things he puts in Chekhov's crew.
Yep.
Where they basically know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
And can't stop.
Right.
Like that's
a great moment
when
when Chekhov and the guy, this is Paul Winfield, right?
Yeah.
Suddenly turned their phasers on, sorry, we hate to do this, and we really do hate to do this, but
sorry, man.
You hear it in his voice, he almost begs, he says, please don't move.
Yeah.
The way he says it, it's not, please don't move.
I actually thought that was good
robotic
acting.
Yeah,
it was really good acting. And
three words that just gave you so much emotion right there.
Yes,
just 3 words.
Exactly.
Oh, and then when they finally go, oh, sir, it was Khan. Like,
yeah.
Just, he was so...
He's almost crying, isn't he?
Yeah, because they knew exactly.
Made us do things.
Yeah.
With no H. Tings.
Do things.
Do things. And then when he turns the phaser on himself, that was,
unexpected, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
When that happened, I was like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, that is a duty bound officer, man. That's great stuff.
And then Kirk has to, yeah. That's just that movie's just full of.
And Kirk Sharp shoots the earwig when it comes out of Chekhov's ear.
Yeah.
I'll take care of this.
This is the only movie that ever makes me want to cry.
Apparently, my grandfather did cry, in the theater, and I've never seen my grandfather cry, but my dad, and even my grandfather will admit that he shed some tears.
When is
Kirk's eulogy?
Yeah, it's Kirk's eulogy.
Yeah,
because Kirk, we all know who Kirk is. Kirk's man of steel. He's man of iron. Man is unmovable.
Yeah, but
to hear his voice crack
like
that was so out of character, but so in character for Kirk.
Yep, that was hard.
Because Kirk, Kirk, wouldn't cry. His voice would crack.
Yeah,
his voice would crack, but he wouldn't cry.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, Savick cries.
But you know what? He would. I guarantee you that night by himself with some scotch.
Yeah, lubricated the tears.
He was
boo-hooing.
Yeah.
Now I didn't cry because I'm way too manly, but I always have trouble with my allergies. I just
I'm perfectly secure in my manhood.
I'm perfectly secure in my manhood, but I have allergy problems with it.
Well, I love the subtle undertones about it's about getting older too, right?
Yeah,
At the beginning, he's got that sedentary job. It's more of a
broken glasses.
Yeah, the reading glasses, and then at the end. They ask him how he feels, after all of it. And he goes, and he's kind of surprised, and he goes, "I feel young."
Yeah.
Right. So there's that hope at the end.
I love that he reads a quote though out of a book that it's a statement of a guy who's about to be guillotined. It's a far better place far better rest than I go to than I've ever known before. Okay, well, chop. But anyway, that's a small point.
And then we've got Khan, trapping Kirk on the planet. And the biggest, that's one of the best.
That his request. If you go back to the TV show, we're going to drop you off, and he gives him. He says, "Well, we'll put you here. It's going to be a little bit tough, but you'll be okay." And Khan's like, okay, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Until another planet explodes and pushes that planet out of orbit and suddenly becomes almost impossible to survive. Not Kirk's fault.
Yeah, it's not Kirk's fault.
But
It's being
see,
completely unreasonable. He didn't know 6 months later it was going to blow up.
But that's the classic. See, Khan is your classic narcissist.
Yeah. The complaint is you didn't come back and check on us.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it's all about me.
It's all about me, and even if something completely natural happens, a complete freak of nature.
Oh, can you imagine Khan and Chaz?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, all right, so I'm going to bring up something that's going to probably piss somebody off. Okay. All right, let's talk about the character of Khan as presented into Darkness. In contrast, because they're the same genetic, supposedly the same being, right?
Right.
But they have different experiences. It's a different universe, right? We're in the Kelvin universe. And he becomes more of a chaotic neutral. And I expected him to maybe come back in another movie or something.
Yeah.
Because of just the way he played it. But I'm a big Benedict Cumberbatch fan, so I thought he did a good job. And I thought the idea behind the movie was kind of like a nice little homage, to Wrath of Khan. But it also made it its own movie. I know people are quiet, so obviously
I don't really like the new stuff. I'll watch it. Star Trek 2009 was okay. Right. Like it had some good moments. It had some humorous moments. I'm not sure I like much of the casting except for Scotty. Simon Pegg.
Yeah, he's
and the guy who plays Bones.
Yeah, he was
Young perfect. Bones is good, but Chris Pines.
Pine, yeah,
Chris Pine
Pines, right.
And Zachary fucking Quinto. And
well, he looked like him. He had the look, but it's like
and whoever the hell her name is that plays Uhura, I just don't.
Zoe Saldana.
Zoe Saldana, yeah, I don't like them. I just don't like them.
Like a walking porn movie. Jesus,
yeah,
amazing.
Yeah. The cast is a wee bit too beautiful. But my favorite characters are Scotty and the Doctor too, man. The guy, he had him nailed. That dude is really good, and he's in
like they've done it. They've managed to make those two out of all of the new cast were the only two to make those characters theirs with respectful homages to the original.
Indeed.
The others were just like, I am reading my lines now.
Right, I'm doing it as me. I'm trying to be Kirk. I'm trying to be.
Why do they have to go back and try and remake stuff that was already classics, wonderfully done? Why can't we have new fiction?
Yeah.
Why can't we have a new Star Trek? Why can't we have a new Lord of the Rings? Why can't we have and like Game of Thrones? Great stuff. It was new. Harry Potter, great, new. I loved it. Thank you. More. I want new original fiction. I don't want, I don't want another Dune. David, I'm actually okay with the David Lynch offering. Leave me with my insanity.
Is this against the Kelvin timeline that you're saying this?
Yeah.
Because when you say new Star Trek, the first thing I think of is Discovery. And God, I don't want that.
No. I'm talking about the movies. Yeah.
Look, Star Trek to me is TOS, TNG, DS9, the one with the lady captain.
The one with the lady captain.
God help me. Voyager.
Yeah.
And Enterprise, right?
No.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, Enterprise.
Yes,
Yeah,
Enterprise
Enterprise.
counts.
I've watched enough of that to grudgingly, it's actually pretty good. It is actually pretty good and entertaining. It's kind of Star Trek-ish in places.
It's Trekish enough.
It's Trek-ish enough, but it's not.
But then
It doesn't feel canon-y.
But then you get, Star Trek 2009 and Chris Pratt running
No,
around the Enterprise
Ixnay,
going,
Ixnay,
no tongue.
Ixnay on the Iskray. Not.
Kelvin timeline. A lot of people don't like it.
I don't like Chris Pine. I don't like the 2009. That was bullshit. That was
And
that
I
was an
didn't
abortion.
like Cumberbatch as Khan. Like,
No, I don't like him either.
I wanted.
Khan is supposed to be
I thought
physically
it was
imposing, and Cumberbatch is not.
Cumberbatch is a stick man.
Yeah, but he almost killed Spock with his bare hands. Man.
He needs to play an alien monster that's built like a praying mantis. That's
like
the
one
sort
of those
thing.
gray aliens that everyone always talks about. The tall, willowy, gray skinned freaking aliens.
Well,
Yeah,
he
exactly.
did voice
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Smog in the Hobbit movies, man. That was great.
See,
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, perfect.
He did a good job of
He did.
us
He
voicing
was-
Smog.
He was perfection. He really was.
But I don't like him as Khan. I also don't like the fact that the Calvin timeline, like
It's a different universe.
Picard at least is doing things like
I also like Picard. I'm actually gonna go out and say that I've enjoyed Picard thoroughly.
They at least
Once I got
it's
past
a
the first
different-
few.
Like,
episodes.
yes, it's a different universe, but they're at least, like, trying to be original. They're trying to come up with a new story. Like, Star Trek 2009 and Into Darkness. And then...
Just rehashing old stories.
Yeah, there's nothing
But
new.
Beyond was original.
Beyond,
There was nothing. It referred to
was-
nothing.
Yeah. But by the time Beyond came out, I was so disenfranchised.
That was just a bad movie anyway.
I didn't even bother with Beyond because I was so annoyed with the first
Oh,
two.
that was horrible.
I was like, no, I'm not
my
even
God.
watching that.
It tried to be like all this. It tried to be like 7 movies in one.
Mhm.
You know, it was just too scattered, man. I mean, Jesus, I'm scattered as fucking. I couldn't make heads or tails out of it.
I never like to see the
Dectran.
Enterprise destroyed. I never like that.
That's blasphemy.
Yeah, that is evil.
What a
Andromeda
evil.
is nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Nothing
Man, Carl
to
Urban
do
was
with the
great in
Star
Dread.
Trek universe.
I don't even know what Andromeda
Man,
is.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Keep it that way.
No.
Andromeda was horrible.
I'll defend Dread. That's a great movie. And Lena Headey was great in that. I recommend it.
I'm sorry. What movie?
Dread.
It's called Dread. It's a Judge Dredd.
Oh,
remake.
Judge Dredd remake.
Clone, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I call Andromeda? I call it Hercules in space. That's what I call Andromeda. That makes Pincolo very upset that I still call it Hercules in space.
Aww.
Well, he's a Stargate Andromeda guy. He really likes the Stargate, not universe.
Stargate wasn't bad.
Not universe or
Kaylee was in it.
What the hell was the other one? Universe and what was the other spin-off of Stargate?
Atlantis.
Atlantis.
Yeah.
Those two he didn't watch, but he was an original Stargate.
Atlantis has what's her face in it? Kaylee from Firefly.
Yeah.
She also has the Doctor from Voyager.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually not bad because he's
he plays a great
really
part.
good at being a bad guy.
He wasn't a bad guy. He was just an administrator, so he was like universally hated by
He had a
everybody.
pencil up his ass.
Yes, he did.
Ah.
Very much so.
Perfect. And
Wait, we're way off
he can-
subject here.
We are way off.
It's okay.
It's the ADHD Olympics. We're winning.
Yeah, it's exactly. We don't know what we're winning, but we're winning.
Yeah, I'm not a really big fan of the Kelvin timeline. They're nice movies if you can do the same thing with them that you do with Picard, where you separate them off and say, okay, well, these are their own thing,
Right.
and take them only on that, because they're not really Trek, but
well, I can do that I can do that with Picard because it's high quality stuff.
Yeah, well, you didn't originally do it with Picard. I had to kind of talk you into it.
You had to talk me down because the
talk
first
me down. Okay,
yeah, because the first 3 or 4 episodes, I was kind of going, when is this thing?
Yeah.
Will the plane be taking off soon?
Yeah, that's true.
So but I trusted what you said, and I kept watching, and it did. It paid off. It really did. You were right.
I was concerned there for a while. I thought you were gonna no matter what you say, this sucks. I was like, oh, please don't do that.
No. I'm not as close-minded and crazy.
Well, you just were hanging on to the classics so tightly that I thought, I don't know if Skep's going to be able to make the bridge here, but
I'm surprisingly open-minded for an old fool.
Well, I'm glad you guys kind of came around a little bit, because that was really upsetting to me. No,
it's good.
Even till now, everything I've seen on YouTube, every person who's looked at the show, every one of them says it's the worst fucking thing on the planet. I'm like, no, it's Discovery is the worst thing. This is not that bad.
Yeah.
But the drunken reviewer, he hated it. Cullen hated it. Watch
Jim
Mojo
Cobb
hated it. It's
Cullen
like everybody
is too much of a purist. Cullen is too much of a purist.
He can't make the leap that you were able to make.
Yeah,
he thinks Picard has to be, TNG 2.0, and no, it's not ever going to be that.
Right, you're right.
Yeah, I think what a lot of people complained about was the envisioning of the of the Federation being flawed and having this this dark side to it. That's the most complaints that I heard. Right, I was fine with it, man. I thought it was cool. I love 7 of 9. She's a great character. I think she deserves her own show. I said that before, and I'll say it again, because Jerry Ryan's hot.
Well, she used to be hot. She's
considerably less hot.
Yeah.
She's still hot.
I don't like that they changed her so much. I don't mind that they gave her an arc, but her Voyager 7 of 9 and this 7 of 9 are like two different people.
Yeah.
On Voyager, she was reserved and unemotional and confrontational, and here she's having drinks with the boys. It's like, wait a minute, that's not the 7 I remember. But you have to suspend your disbelief. You have to say, okay, well, this is not TNG anymore. This is not Voyager. So, but they really went far with her.
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever.
So, shall we talk about the thing that makes Khan the most evil person of all? The fact that he technically caused Spock's death.
Well, I wanted before we get there, I wanted to just say one thing, an interesting thing, and it's a key, I think, to understanding Khan's personality, and that is that moment when his little minion boy, his if he was a homosexual, I'd call him a butt boy, comes up to him and says, hey, we got the ship. We've overcome everything. We can go anywhere we want to. Let's blow this pop stand and leave this guy behind.
He yells at him, doesn't he? He says, because Khan gives him an order to go after Kirk when Kirk badmouths him.
Yeah.
Right.
And he jumps up off the thing and says, no, you have Genesis.
Right.
You can do anything you want.
Do anything you want. And
he throws them aside and says, damn you.
I'm going to go around the,
and that's where he kills everybody when he makes that decision. Right. It's his ego.
Yeah, it's his ego. That's kind of that moment, the fatal flaw, right?
Exactly. I'm thinking the fatal flaw in my head as you're saying it.
Right. Exactly. So anyway, and then get to what Blind Press is talking about, the thing that makes him the most evil, which is, of course, that he causes indirectly, but definitely makes it happen.
Spock would not have done what he did if Khan was not doing what he was doing.
And to me makes for me personally, the most emotional moment in all of Trek for me is when they're hand to hand across the cadmium
Yeah.
glass barrier.
They left in a little thing that was really cool. Kirk walks up to the enclosure and he says Spock, but you can't hear it because that glass is preventing him. And he stops and looks around and pushes the button and says Spock again. That little piece in there, I always thought to myself, somebody was thinking.
Yeah.
Yep. It was just my heart. It's funny. I stopped breathing during that scene. It
was a really good scene.
God, it's just riveting. It's heart stopping. Really,
you know why it was
is.
one of the reasons it was so good is because it wasn't a lot of dialogue.
Right.
It got right to the point, and that was that.
Yep.
And the music.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is about Trek.
This movie has the best music.
It does.
Dude, the soundtrack is off the chain. It's excellent.
You're right. It is the best music. I didn't think about that.
Of all
movies. Very dramatic, man. It's just
it's right. It's the right music too.
It
is dramatic.
This is where TNG gets its theme song from. It's in the beginning of this movie, and the da 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 da.
Yeah.
See, I can sing it. Everyone knows it because it was so unique and so good for this movie.
Yep. Now everybody's thinking about that scene, and we got dead air.
Yep.
That is so funny. Everybody is just lost in that scene, and it it happens, and there's just so much that is going on there. Everybody understands what happens, why it happened, why it was necessary. Kirk understands it, understands the sacrifice, and hates what happened. And love Spock and
it's hard for me to put Undiscovered Country over this. It's so close, 1 and 2. Which ones are the best?
Yeah.
I love Undiscovered Country, but
it's such a good movie.
This is my favorite of all the Star Trek movies. And Undiscovered Country.
This feels much more like the television show.
Yeah.
Undiscovered Country is a great movie.
Yeah.
But Wrath of Khan is a great TV episode.
Yeah, it's just a really long
that's a really
TV
interesting
episode.
way to look. It's a really interesting way to look at it. It really is. There's little things in Wrath of Khan, like the circular displays almost give it a retro feel. There's times I think, God, it's almost like Flash Gordon steampunk.
Yeah.
On the bridge when you look at some of the displays and whatnot, and a lot of that would change just 1 or 2 movies later.
Yeah.
Considerably. So interesting. Anyway, how I didn't go on.
Khan is just. That was a great choice. That was.
So anyway, that was also what I wanted to do was to use this as a chance to talk about The Wrath of Khan, which is my favorite movie, which is my favorite Star Trek movie.
It's a good movie.
There you go.
It's excellent.
I love it.
I don't think I can. They're so close to me. The day would change for which one's my favorite movie.
Sure,
they're just that close. So it's
an Undiscovered Country. I think we need. Excuse me. We need to have a stream where we talk about movies.
Well, since we're
Star
done
Trek
villains,
movies. Let's talk movies.
Since we're done villains, do we
Star Trek
goes
to the movies. Star Trek goes to the movies.
Seriously, do we want? Is that our next topic? Do we want to do the movies?
Do we have something else planned?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Why not? Let's plunge in.
We have plenty of good original Trek movies to.
Oh, good Lord!
Talk about
we've got a few.
Now, how do we want to do this? Because do we want to go movie by movie, or do we just want to pick our favorites? Does each person want to pick?
There's really only going to be 2 favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would
So,
limit us
Do we
if we just
want
did that.
to go in order?
I think going in order would be good. That way we'll discuss the good and the bad.
Yeah.
And it's fun to pan movies, and there are some bannable movies. Looking at you, Star Trek, the first
Motion
movie.
picture, yeah.
Star Trek, the motion picture.
Or The Final Frontier. What does God need with a starship?
That's a dice roll about which one's the worst.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly. Yeah,
Or,
you got a couple.
or Nemesis.
Nemesis was not a great movie.
Ugh.
It
I
was
just
not
don't
as bad as
see-
as-
Yeah, it's not as bad as
See,
other
the
two.
end of Nemesis for me, because the Wrath of Khan at the end makes me tear up, but because I grew up with Data, like literally grew up with Data, watching the end of Nemesis, I can't do it. I'm a mess. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, Data.
Brent Spiner wouldn't do the movie unless they killed him.
I know.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
But yeah, let's do the movies next.
All right. Are you gonna come up with something and then publicize how we're gonna do it, or should we just decide that here?
So
let's go alphabetically. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So let's go in order.
Everyone's like, wait, which one comes first?
So we'll start with the motion picture, and
Oh Lord.
next week I'm pretty sure going to the cottage for a night, which will be Saturday. So let's do the motion picture the week after that.
Okay. So you've got 2 weeks to watch the motion picture. Good.
Yes.
That'll dilute it.
You watch it in chunks.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
5 minutes
remember,
at a time.
there are parts of this movie that are actually good.
Yes, there are.
Yeah, there are. It's just
The
not.
battle up front with the Klingons is not with the Klingons, with the Klingons battling the cloud. The beginning
Yeah.
was pretty good.
Yeah.
And what's her name? Kambata, the girl, the bald girl.
Versus Kambata,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Princess Kambata, who died like 2 years after that. She passed. She had
That's
some kind
right.
of genetic
I remember
disease or
that.
something.
It's like a blood disorder or something.
Yeah, she had some kind of weird genetic thing going on.
Yeah.
But anyway, had a great performance.
Also,
and-
the end, because that signals it's the end of the movie. That's a good part.
yeah,
Hmm.
it was all
Yeah.
Star Wars' fault. That's why. Anyway,
Prospero
so
says, "Oh, come on! You guys don't think you could spend an hour on the motionless picture? Oh, we definitely could spend an hour on the motionless.
Absolutely.
Picture. So I think that brings us pretty
We'll have
much
fun with
to the end. Does anybody have anything they wish to shill? Irate.
Oh, tomorrow, Ice Cream 100.
Woo!
Yeah, yay, Jack Gunsky,
Nice.
oh,
the one and only Jack Gunsky. Yeah,
All right. Good for you.
yeah. And got Jack motherfucking Cochran the week after that.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice. That'll be
got some
fun.
feelings out.
got a
Some-
pair of jacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, there's
Fair.
like people that I was almost sure that I had done, you know.
You were, and you had not done them?
No, exactly. I haven't. I need to do everybody I know.
people.
Yeah. Oh.
And if you guys are around tonight, catch the Minions of the Zoo. Is it the Harry channel that's keeping, or is it Reject that's keeping?
I do not know. Skep, do you know?
It's Harry.
Okay.
Harry and Prospero and I will be on. I know that the 3 of us are going to be on. I don't know who else is going to be on.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah,
And of course,
Fun.
tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern, Pincolo and I will be doing the Blind and the Special. And of course, the new challenge is donations $2 a minute for either of us to go on the elliptical during the stream. So
God damn.
and then of course I've started adding content again to the Patreon, so the link for that's in the description as well. And thanks everybody for watching. It was a great stream. Thanks to my friends for doing this with me, and everybody for watching.
You're so sweet.
I try. Anyway, everybody have a great Saturday night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.
Later, taters.